It's a classic mistake in disaster recovery planning. If we just build a second site, we're protected. But real-world disasters don't care how many data centers you have, if you don't plan for how to use them when it matters most. We worked with a company that invested heavily in a secondary site, top-of-the-line hardware, synchronized backups, and redundant networking. But there was one problem. The secondary site was only 12 miles away from the primary. When a massive power grid failure hit the entire metro area, both facilities went down. All that investment, and still no recovery. Here's why a second site, alone, doesn't guarantee resilience. If it's not isolated on a different power grid or network backbone, it's a shared point of failure. If applications aren't orchestrated for live failover or rapid manual cutover, the second site is just another building, not a recovery environment. A true disaster recovery site should be geographically diverse, typically 30 to 100 plus miles apart, connected through secure replication or cloud integration, isolated across power grids and telco providers, pre-configured for fast failover, not just passive backup, tested under real-world outage conditions. And it's not just about having somewhere to land. It's about making sure your systems and the people who support those systems can actually function there when it counts. And be sure those systems can accommodate internal employees who might need to work remotely. Successful organizations think in layers. Local high availability for minor failures, regional DR sites for larger disruptions, cloud-based or geographically independent data centers for worst-case scenarios, depending on your systems. The bottom line, having a second site is a good start, but without the right architecture, isolation, and orchestration, it's just a backup plan with a new address. Real recovery means thinking through how and where you restart your business, not just storing your data somewhere else. In our next lesson, we'll shift our focus from technology to the people side of recovery, and why unclear roles and poor communication are the hidden disasters inside most disaster recovery plans. If you find this series helpful, please subscribe, hit the bell, and leave a comment. We look forward to seeing you next time.